so we all know a really budget extreme brand, or you can see a really good budget extreme brand, Xiaomi. And they recently announced two new flagship devices. And if you are knowing that they are really good, but the Xiaomi's flagship are kind of seen to be a lot, settling down, and they are also having some of the good features and some of the things which Xiaomi makes that flagship look cool. But it's not happening with the Xiaomi's flagship. The Xiaomi's budget devices are more in the demand and stuff in compare with the flagship. While there are also other flagship brands who compete in the budget market, and the flagship market is also well settled. Whether it's Samsung, Google, or you can say even the iOS supported Apple. Why it is so, we also gonna be talking about that. But before that, the Xiaomi 14 and the 14 Pro, which recently announced, are really awesome. In terms of the lot of things has been changed over here in terms of the operating system. The operating system is basically based upon the Android 14, but there is a HyperOS, which is kind of a different, but yes, based upon some of the things like the MIUI on the top of it. Some sort of. We're gonna be talking about that. This is Captain DRS, you're watching KRC DRS, and let's get started. Let's start off the Xiaomi 14. Yeah. This is going to be having a 6.36 inches LTPO OLED, 120 Hz, and it is having a brightness needs of 3000 nits, which is a big brightness. I believe that's one of the highest brightness, and there will be very few of the people who needs to go ahead and use the 3000 nits of peak brightness. Basically, if even if in today's time, if 2000 nits is there, if 1500 1580 nits is there, it's a normal and thing. But 3000 nits is kind of a say on the extreme level, but it's that if you want to utilize it for a high-end gradient photos and stuff like that, it is there. Talking about the operating system, then this guy is based upon the Android 14 and the firstly introduced the HyperOS. The HyperOS is completely different with the MIUI as if they have told it, and it is going to be having a lot of software support as if they have announced it while that way. Also, the HyperOS is having a lot of things as very similar to the MIUI, but having its own touches and own tone on the top of it. Some of the things which are really famous in the other phones have been also kept in the HyperOS too. Talking about the processor, then you're going to get is a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. It's a 4nm based 5G processor and a Adreno 750 GPU. For the RAM and the ROM, then there are some of the good options going from the 256 GB to the 1 TB. 8 to 56, 12 to 56, 16 512 GB and a 16 1 TB. These are some of the options available widely, and I believe that the 256 GB has a first base variant is really good, and the storage type is a UFS 4.0. Talking about the battery, then you're going to get is a 4610 mAh battery. Inside the box there will be power adapter, and it will be having a 15 watt of wired charging, the 50 watt of wireless charging, and a 10 watt of reverse wireless charging. The phone will be charging from the Type C 3.2. Colors on this phone are available really normal. There isn't any funky names over here. Black, silver, green, and pink. It is a normal end device and normal end colors. I like it. It's good. Normal colors, nice. Talking about the camera, the big engine basically telephoto and ultra wide. There is the two OIS supported cameras, the wide and the periscope telephoto. Talking about the video recording, you can go up to 8K 24 FPS. I was thinking that the 8K 30 FPS will be available, but 8K 24 FPS, it's there. I know not a lot of people are there to shoot in 8K, but it's there if you wanted to go ahead. 4K is also available, and the 1080p is also available. Both can record 4K at 60 and 1080p at 60 both. Basically both, I mean the front and the rear. And on the front side you are going to get is a 32 megapixel selfie camera. Going on to the Xiaomi 14 Pro. This phone is also having some of the good stuff, such as the display and each and everything, but this is having a 1440p display, which is nice. This one has the increase of a display has 3000 nits of peak brightness, 120 hertz, and also you know, as I told you, 3000 nits of peak brightness. But it is as a yeah LTV OLED is still available over here, and a 1440p display. Some of the good things are there to talk about the display, which is available over here. This phone is having a different mAh battery, basically 4880 mAh lithium-ion battery, and 120 watt of wired charger is that. 50 watt of wireless charging and 50 watt, 10 watt of reverse. Simple as that. And Type C 3.2 still over here too. Going on to the colors, black, silver, titanium. Titanium coming from where? Apple. Basically, titanium is color over here, looking as simple as the white color and silver color on top of it, and also the green color is available here too. Talking about the cameras of the Xiaomi 14 Pro, then this guy is also having a triple camera setup, 15 megapixel triple camera setup, but the wide sensor is having a aperture shift share, which is from f1.4 to f4.0, and yeah, wide sensor and the periscope telephoto is also having that OIS, and the 50 megapixel ultra wide sensor is there on both the devices. 8K, 4K, 1080p, each and everything can be recorded. Coming onto the front side, 4K 60, 1080p 60, both can be recorded with the 32 megapixel shooter. I was thinking that the 1080p at 120 FPS might be coming onto the front side, but it's not over here. I hope that the 15 might be having one. So why Xiaomi's flagship smartphones have been so coming into a settling down, or you can say becoming a type of a boring type of business? See, at the first glance, Xiaomi, when they introduced itself, it was basically known for its online services and the platform, selling the smartphones from online, basically in that manner. So, what happened eventually? After a while, they captured a small amount of market, and their budget extreme devices were basically known for its expectation, and they were basically opening a lot into a budget extreme market when it comes to the Xiaomi Poco, Xiaomi Redmi, or you can say the Xiaomi's own itself smartphone when it comes to the light tagline and into that light sector. And it became eventually a way of a identity that the Xiaomi became one of the best brand available in the budget market. But when it comes to the mid-range, there was also likewise the Xiaomi the tier going expanding a lot. But we wasn't knowing that the Xiaomi will be going ahead into a future of the flagship market too. And now when it introduced itself with the flagship with the different smartphones, there were a lot of thinking that it looks a lot identical in a way that it is similar to the other smartphones. Xiaomi has also tried a lot to recreate a budget Android Apple-ish type of identity, which doesn't make any sense for a new individual brand to trying to recreate a already existing brand. It does make a lot of sense for people to buy it, but it doesn't create identity for itself. For example, when they introduced the Redmi Note 5 Pro, it was known for its high identity, that it looks a lot like iPhone's design, and it became a really good option available that even a lot of Xiaomi's own phones, and they introduced in that dual camera layout which was available on the iPhone X, similarly like that. And when it comes to the flagship, they tried to manipulate us with the different stuff, but it didn't work at first glance. And afterwards, when they introduced itself as a completely separate identity with the Xiaomi's own name, it became something really good. When it comes to the gaming smartphone, they tried and they were kind of successful, but we know they don't make any gaming smartphone nowadays. Basically, if you remember the Black Shark, it was the Xiaomi's own smartphone brand. Basically, Xiaomi Black Shark. It was fully named like that way. But now it's completely different. The Xiaomi flagship is trying to recreate a different identity rather than the Redmi Poco which already exists. If you are now able to know that the smartphones which comes in the budget market, they are known for its Redmi Note 12 Pro Plus, something like that, or with the Poco X4 Pro 5G, something like that manner. And in the flagship, it's Xiaomi's 14 Pro. It's something like that, which clears that the Xiaomi is trying to recreate identity which is a flagship identity, and it works. And the features and the design which they are working upon, it's also really nice. But in terms of the design, they needs to be waking up and trying to recreate a different identical design. You know what I'm trying to say. Even Samsung tried to recreate its budget and the flagship, but it didn't work. Now Samsung has become one of the brand who have a triple camera layout which is available on the S23 Plus or S23, even the Samsung Galaxy A34, or you can see the M series which is a smartphone too, that triple camera design. So in that manner Xiaomi could work upon and do something like that. But as of now the flagship have evolved really nicely when it comes to the Xiaomi's flagship devices. Talking about the smartphones, which this Xiaomi Redmi Note, not the Redmi, the Xiaomi 14 and the 14 Pro. Both of them are looking really nice in terms of the design. But at a first glance, it was like a quad camera setup. But no, it's a triple camera setup. The another sensor, which is flash, it's not a sensor. And if you look a deep glance and if you have a bit of tech knowledge, then it looks a lot similar to the renders we have seen about quad camera setup of the iPhone 15 Pro Max, 14 Pro Max, but it didn't eventually make it up, and it looks a lot similar to that, but that's a completely different identity. And in terms of the design and specification, it is really good smartphone. Specifications are really nicely 90 watt of charging, 120 watt of charging available on the both the devices. Is a fast charging. When it comes to the battery will be also lasting loud with the 4 nanometer technology of the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and it will be optimizing itself really nicely. Apart from that, the cameras have been also optimized really nicely, as if they are partnered with the Leica, and basically I am able to see the Leica branding. That's why I'm able to say that. And previously they are also partnered with them, so they are having a good amount of tie-up with them too. Apart from that, there is one of the things which the cameras can do, which can record 4K with the 10 bit of video recording, which is nice, and available on both, which whether it's pro and non-pro, both of them. Apart from that, there is expectation that the Xiaomi 14 Ultra will be also going to be launching really soon. So I'm hoping to be going ahead and looking forward with that smartphone with a lot of new camera identity and stuff, as if the Xiaomi 11 Ultra was having a different type of design and different type of stuff. But afterwards, we didn't eventually saw any Xiaomi's flagship Ultra based smartphone with different type of stuff on top of it. What are your thoughts about the smartphone? Let us know in the comment section down below. And what do you think about the Xiaomi's flagship smartphones? Let us know in the comment section down below. This was Captain DRS. You were watching Chaos and DRS. I'll catch you in the next video. Stay safe, stay connected. Peace out.